Dan in the Art of Car Crime with Gary Numan.
I bought this Jeep and it had stereo speakers in the back, and I've come down to it one morning and my speakers are missing. So I thought, oh no. But they were so nice, they left all the nuts and the little washers and the wire neatly curled up on the back. No, they'd actually laid it out. And I thought, well, fair enough.
And Catherine Bell.
Young, my sort of career options at school were be an airline pilot or be a pop star. Those were the two things I wanted to do.
So you sort of did both?
Used later on. It's #1. It sells 1 million copies plus, and it's, people think of it as a classic song now. Yeah, great. You sort of go out on the street and talk to 10 people that even know it, and half of them are saying that was rubbish. So whether you're a good songwriter or not, it's actually just down to opinion.
It's sort of subjective.
Yeah. But flying on an aeroplane upside down, 3 feet off the ground, you can't argue with that. That's clever. This is my second R200, actually. I had one for the last 4 years. I've only just got rid of it and got this one. And it just turned out to be perfect. It's not particularly glamorous or quick, obviously. In fact, I got rid of my TVR, my Cerberus, to buy my truck.
Did you?
So it was one extreme to the other. And having got it, because I have such a requirement, I got 2 dogs, so the dogs go in the back. I got loads of things that I tow. I got the boat, the motorbike. My motorbike's always going wrong, so it's always on a trailer going somewhere. The caravan.
Caravan? What? So this
my
thing will pull
wife is
that?
deeply ashamed that I've got a caravan, because it's the most non-rock and roll thing you can possibly have.
Well, I think it actually looks very cool. I mean, it's got that little aggressive front and the air intake on the front. I think it's a really good-looking car.
It is.
It's a bit of a Tonka toy, isn't it?
It is. It's a good-looking truck, yeah. I don't know if it has the glamour of a TVR, that's all. But I actually don't care. I love it. And for me, and again, see, we live out in the country, so in the winter, you can often get marooned here. It floods quite a lot at both ends.
Yeah.
So this would just go right through it and over the top of it. We've been snowed in here a few times, and the truck was the only thing that kept us going.
Really?
As you see how the car's piled up in the ditches, and this thing just goes through them. And regularly, in winter, we'd sort of go out in this and rescue someone that's in the ditch up the road. Yeah, done it about 4 or 5 times now. So I've sort of grown up having a tendency towards paranoia and self-doubt and all this sort of stuff. Constantly just proving things to yourself all the time, which is probably why I take, flying and boats now and anything like that that I get involved in. I take it so seriously, and I want to be so good at everything because I'm riddled with self-doubt.
We've got to talk about cars, obviously.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about cars.
Cars, yeah.
Hugely famous song.
See, that was so lucky. I'm in traffic up in London it's probably my Marina, actually, but I think I might have had a little van. I can't remember too sure for now. Anyway, I'm up in London in my little old car, and I obviously did something to these 2 blokes in front, or else they just took a dislike to me. Never quite sure what it was. Didn't ask, really. And they get out of their car, and they come out, and they're obviously annoyed, and they start kicking my car, and they're trying to get me out. Gonna give me a bit of a thump, I think. So I don't even know what I've done. Still until it started, I don't know even what I did. I must have cut them up again. Anyway, so I'm thinking, bit heavy, what do you do? So there was a small gap, so I went up onto the path and drove along the path, scattering pedestrians in front of me, thinking, panicking really, just trying to get away from these blokes, and off up the road. And that's what cars is about. It's about, I realised that I could lock all my doors, and I was sort of protected from the world at large, up to a point, far enough to get away. And I've always thought of cars like that. They're like sort of little tanks.
Little sanctuaries.
Little personal tanks in the modern world. Yeah, little sanctuaries in the modern world. And cars is about that, here in my car, I feel safe as all. And it's all based on that one incident writing about it. So those blokes did me the biggest favour in the world. I think Nissan used it. Bought my house. Honest to God, a 30-second commercial. Isn't that unbelievable? Unbelievable. The thing that I think serves me best is that I have an ability to turn anything that goes wrong, anyone that says anything bad, I'm able to turn that into, like fuel on a fire. It makes me more determined, more aggressive, more wanting to get even. I mean, revenge is a brilliantly powerful driving force, and I'm full of it. I bought this Jeep, and it had stereo speakers in the back, and I've come down to it one morning, and my speakers are missing. So I thought, oh no. But they were so nice. They left all the nuts and the little washers and the wire neatly curled up on the back. No, they'd actually laid it out. And I thought, well, fair enough.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, usually when
I'm all right with that.
Usually when you get your car broken into, it's not the thing that pinch, it's the damage they do to the car, isn't
they
it?
trash it, don't they, for no reason.
No.
And these blokes, they've actually taken the time to lay out my little nuts and my little washers in a neat little line, curled up my wire on the end and tied it.
So you had a warm feeling inside?
Well, I did, yeah. I did. I just thought, if you've got to nick something, you know, unlucky, but I generally felt a certain amount of warmth and respect for the blokes for doing a nice job. Didn't even nick the stereo, just the speakers, you know.
But I know you sort of say you've gone for the practical, but you've probably gone for one of the better looking trucks on the market, I think. It looks the part, doesn't it?